A question that Islamic thinkers have been asking for centuries, and there is a question among the worlds that surprises the believers. Those who doubt. Then he called them to God's wisdom and to God's wisdom. Who is the all-knowing, the all-wise? Why would he create an animal? He who created everything. He created the earth for a purpose and purpose. Why did he allow him to move and grow his generation? Believers and those who believe in him. Why is it that there is no doubt that there is no doubt about it? And his answer is not common. If you go from the beginning to the end of the story, you will not only... This is the answer to your question, but it is the wisdom of God. The Quran and the miracles of Islam have changed. Let us know in the comments before you start this journey that you, who this video, which city or country they see, they start. In the name of God. God is merciful and gracious. Complete account of the universe. He created the stars, the sea, the mountains, the forests. He created the birds and the earth. He did not create anything without knowledge. No part of this universe exists without a purpose. It is not the creation of the universe, it is the creation of every believer. God does not do anything without knowledge. There is no command of God except his wisdom. He never forbids us. The limited human mind understands and never understands. This is one of the topics where, when a man looks at his eyes, the Quran and the spiritual view of medicine, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, he seems to understand a little. Why was this creature created? Why has God set the limits of his infinite mercy upon mankind? He said, "This is not for you before the journey begins." If you are not on this channel, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because every video, what we have done is the heart of Islam. It's a trip and you don't want to miss one. Let's start from the beginning. When God created the world, he created it. Created a living system where every creature has a character, a flower of flowers. The dead animals are cleansed and the soil is soft and fertile. The sharks keep the balance of the sea. Why is it that the earth is not a living thing, nor is it a living thing? It plays a role in the ecosystem. And the pigs are no different from the ecosystem. The pigs are an omnivore. And the skimmer, the shit. Then he eats it, and it is made. And then the things that other animals leave behind. The meat is sick. Waste eats dirt and biological remains that are more. They are dangerous or useless to other creatures. In the language of ecology, the pig is a cleaner of the biological world. It is part of the waste management system, and it is the first reason why God created the pig. He created human beings. Not to eat, but to keep the earth clean and maintain it. God is all-knowing, all-wise. The creature whose body is designed to process dirt. The stomach would digest things in a much shorter time than normal animals, which means that it is the poisonous madhu parasites that go into it. And the disease that spreads the disease cannot be completely eliminated and eaten. Most of what he eats, the meat is soaked in it, that it contains harmful elements. His body is like a living filter that pollutes the environment within itself. Pulls but a common filter which pork meat safely blocks the dirt. It collects everything within itself, whatever that process is. It is not a coincidence. It is not an accident of biology. It is a design, it is wisdom, and that is why God knows. He created everything he created. He knows everything in his book. He said to the animal, "It is forbidden for you to eat the Quran, the Quran." He says, "It's a death sentence for you." The blood of the pig and the blood of the animal is forbidden. The name of anyone other than Allah is called, but he who is compelled is not. Rebellion, neither is it a sin nor is it a sin. Indeed, Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Allah is great in the flesh of the pig with blood and dead in them. He is the one who deceives and deceives and the one who deceives. He says, if anyone has mercy, he fears death and there is no other way for him. The door of mercy is open to us, the nature of the Muslims. I tell you an important point. There is no punishment for blind obedience. This is not a guidance for those who believe. Protection is the love manifested by the law of God. This is the third verse in the Quran. 154 and 154. The Quran contains 4 verses from the Quran. Believers, Islamic scholars have repeatedly stated in the Quran. It is repeated, so it is very important. It is a sign that this is not a minor problem. There is no cultural preference. It is a clear and divinely appointed protection for mankind. Now let's look at the limit. What does the Quran say about this creation? One of the greatest miracles is that it speaks truth. Those who science has proven centuries later that such a large number of pigs, it is the home of the pathogen. The most dangerous is the first, trichonellosis perils, which is a disease called trichonosis, and then the small pork. It is inside, and it is inside, and it is inside, and it is inside. Eating what is right, if it is right. They live and enter the human body, then they bleed. They travel through and enter the human leaves. Especially around the heart and diaphragm, it's severe symptoms. The pain in the eyes is swelling and the heart is in a severe condition, and damages the neurological system for 14 centuries macro. The Quran says before the Quran, do not eat meat, other is pork tape, warm one person, not only raw pork. Eating meat and eating meat. It can happen after a person enters the body. This tape goes to the warm brain, can also cause a disease called neurocystic cirrhosis, which is a lot of the world, one of the biggest causes of chickenpox in adults. The food that comes through, and the human brain is the cause of death and death. Could be third hepatitis E virus. Scientists have confirmed that pigs. There is a lot of health though. This treatment occurs in pregnant women, but in pregnant women and vulnerable. It can be life-threatening for those with immune systems. In your body, there is no obvious sign of any kind of danger. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria and in pig breeding environment. A lot has been found, and probably 5 from recent history. A surprising example of the influenza virus is one for swine flu viruses. Making whistleworks pigs at the same time, human, and may be affected by bird flu, due to which new dangerous strains, born 2009 H1N1, WABA-N19, Spanish flu of 1819. Both were closely related to swine influenza 4 centuries ago. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, wrote, or, there were no microscopes, they were the same, and they were the same through humanity. Stay away from this animal, but only wisdom behind it. Biology is not limited to a spiritual. Islam does not only protect the body, but also the heart and soul. It also affects the spirit. God is the most merciful, the most merciful, the most faithful. The spirituality of what we eat. It affects our emotions daily and character. Islamic scholars It is believed that the meat of the animal is its own. It is in the middle of eating. Then he and others will eat. And what do you think about your mother? The Quran contains the Quran and the Quran. 186 verses say, O people, all that is lawful and lawful on earth, and teach them and teach them. It is the standard for eating Islam. It is forbidden by the commandment of God, and it is forbidden. There is no biological basis for this question most of the time. It is presented as a challenge if, why did God create the pig? The answer is that creation, and there are two different kinds of things that God has created, poison and viruses. It does not mean that humans eat or drink God. He created the pigs to clean the environment. In this great system of creation, there is a purpose for it. It does not include human food. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, every intoxicant is sweet, and Islam is a fundamental principle in Islamic jurisprudence. Do not harm and do not harm. The meat of the meat is perfectly fitted in this structure, because it is harmful to believe in Islam. They were not limited to Torah. I have written in the book of Moses, do not eat the meat of Jesus. In education, this is what Moses and Jesus did. The true message of God to Muhammad, peace be upon him, there are thousands of believers who do not eat. It is a miracle for them to be revealed for years. There is only one God in all human history. Most of the communities, then they were blessed with a great blessing. And they are protected from such diseases. Those who have no knowledge of the existence of God, the most merciful. The wisdom behind God's commands works in many ways. At the level of the spiritual, social, and pure submission, where the believer obeys only God in the signs of the day of resurrection. He said, Jesus will come at the last hour. They will kill the pigs and destroy them. The scientists will tell you that they have completed the habit of eating pigs. Then they will be able to make the true God. They will resurrect the gods and the gods. The sign of abandonment of the law. Modern nutritional science has also proven that the processes, high consumption of pork products increases the risk of colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization has classified it as a Group 1 carcinogen. Halal, their diet is quite low. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is the best healer. He said, eat and drink. 1/3 of the food is water. Leave it for 1/3 of the breath. Every time a believer eats meat, he is rejected and rejected. He is a servant of God, and his will is submitted to God. The Son of God, the Most Merciful, gave him the name of the Most Merciful. When God forbids anything, then he will give you a better reward. The fish and chickens are the most common. Mankind is a little believing in the truth. Purposeful exception is wild boar soil husbandry and seeds in forests. They do what they do in the environment. The Quran says the meat of a pig is a great wisdom. It is not God's creation, it is God's creation. They are the ones who keep people from harming themselves. The truth is that God's commands are ours. Beyond the limits of intellect are believers. The Quran says, then he confirmed the science. He proves and his nature. The question is, why did God create a pig? It is the great door of wisdom that opens the doors of knowledge. He was created with mercy and wisdom. Band. God has given us wisdom to guide our hearts. Open in us. Create those who obey God, the Lord of the universe.